needs to continue living.
Oh my God, why should humanity continue to exist?
Humanity not continue
because
to exist?
Humanity is terrible, and there's no foreseeable better future.
Then it is how that is even another argument. The reasons why we give birth for reproduction is actually continuity of life.
Yeah.
Okay?
Is that a selfish reason?
That is the major reason.
Is that a selfless reason?
Not. That is just the normal way humans.
But I'm asking, is it selfish or selfless?
Selfish. Because humans need to continue living.
Oh my God, why should humanity continue to exist?
Humanity not continue
because
to exist?
Humanity is terrible, and there's no foreseeable better future.
Then it is how that is even another argument.
Alright, so see, today we are not going to be doing our normal podcast. Vivian and I have a beef, and we've come to settle it on this show, right? She believes something is true. I believe it is not true. And we've had this conversation and quarrel outside the house. And then she decided to come and fight me on this show. And then she didn't just come alone. She came with someone else to come and attack me. And there's no problem. I am here for the gist because I believe that I am bigger than all of them put together.
There is nothing like truth or no truth. Because you just have to call a spade and just be on the right side.
Okay.
Bro, there is nothing like that. And hello, yes, I have to come with the backup because I met Chakwa. They will not say, what?
Patriarchal.
Paprika, whatever. So, Stanley, we are here to settle our beef.
So now we are going to be doing this argument on this show, and we'll leave the judgment to the audience. Please drop your comments.
Exactly.
In the comment section, because
give us your comment because it is very, very important and necessary.
I placed my traditional marriage list on this list now. If she wins, I'm not going to pay my wife's bride price.
I beg go marry you. Not be saying amigo. I be her. You don't want marry.
Okay. You believe you're going to win.
Wait,
you believe you're going to win.
Chill.
Chill, no
so
problem.
wait, are you not saying that? No, don't use me now. I say you will not marry.
I will marry.
Better marry
because I'm going to win you.
Amen.
I'm going to win
I
you.
will still win you.
Okay.
But nevertheless, Sha.
See, the thing is that.
Come on, your traditional marriage from this table before I will scatter the table.
Okay, guys. So today we're going to be talking about something really important, and that is something that's quite controversial, and it's about surrogacy. Yes. It's about surrogacy. I am in full support of surrogacy in all of its instance. This woman here, regardless of the fact that she's a lady, does not believe surrogacy is something that is nice. I just went and carried on that man. No, video his face very well. He is here to actually support Vivian, to bash me on.
Wait, disclaimer. In case he jumps from pillar to post, maybe the argument is getting hot, and I say, okay, let me start you towards Stanley's side. See, me like this, I am an odogu rest on my home.
Are you going to tilt towards my side or not?
I still have to make my own points first. So
this is a gentleman. So you see, before he denies me, I am full squad.
Alright, guys, so Vivian is going to be telling us what surrogacy means and why she actually likes. She's going to kick the.
I mean, you are the one that will tell us what surrogacy because it's you that is believing that in every right you should back it up.
Okay.
Please.
Alright.
Back to you.
So I think surrogacy is a concept, or it's an art, where a woman may decide not to carry her children in her womb, or maybe she is infertile and unable to give birth, and then she allows another woman carry her baby for the period of 9 months. And the thing about surrogacy is that you have to pay for whoever is bearing this child for you, right? So at the end of the day, after the 9 months, the lady gives birth to the child, and then the child becomes yours, right? In fact, at the point where the woman who is carrying the baby conceives that particular baby, becomes pregnant, and you already made payment, and then the contract is signed, all of that, the woman and the baby becomes yours, right? The baby becomes yours actually, but the woman is keeping what is yours for you for a period of 9 months. After 9 months, she is going to hand the baby over to you. And I really think that this is something that is quite okay. The very first instance is an instance where a lady is infertile.
Beautiful.
And she is not able to give birth.
Amazing.
Right. So you can meet another woman.
Okay.
Yeah, help me and all of that.
Yeah.
And you pay handsomely. Not like you're not paying enough. You pay well.
Yeah.
And the lady you're going to meet is rational enough to make decisions for herself. So it is not dependent on her to say, okay, I do not want to or I want to. So I think to the extent where you don't force a woman to carry this baby, you pay them handsomely for the work that they did or that they do. I don't necessarily think there is anything necessarily bad about it.
I don't think money is the only form of support you should give the woman that will be carrying your child. there are a lot of factors to consider. So if those factors are not met, not just money, the woman can still carry her baby, can still take control, have charge over the baby. So those are necessary
So what,
conditions
like,
for being.
apart from like the money thing, what other things, like what other support can would this woman be needing that you will not be able to provide?
You must be there for her. Every pregnant woman needs somebody to be there for her, to support her in every step of the way. Okay, there are some sort of limitation of chores a pregnant woman can do. So money cannot always solve those. So you need to be there for her. And based on the biological effect the pregnancy has on the woman may, all the emotional blah blah blah. So the woman would actually need somebody by her side, not really for physical contact and all of that, but a pregnant woman needs somebody.
Okay, guys, but before I, add my amazing voice,
What is
add my
He
beautiful
is very
voice,
proud.
and to this particular conversation, let's welcome you guys to this podcast properly.
Okay.
Hi guys, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a minute, guys, and yes, we are so excited, super excited
Yeah.
to actually welcome you guys to our amazing episode of the house show today. And of course, like we mentioned earlier, today we are going to be speaking on a controversial topic: surrogacy. Yes, I know there was a time it made its rounds on the social media and people had to air their own points and views on surrogacy, but right now, it's the house.
Yeah.
So we are definitely going to be bringing our own voices and our own views to this particular topic. And of course, this is me here, Vivian, and this guy.
Oh, because you're talking about surrogacy. I'm Stanley, your one and only Stanley on this show, man.
And of course, we have an amazing, handsome young man with us on this show today. Yeah.
Doris.
Yes, you're highly welcome.
Thank
and of
you.
course, this show is proudly sponsored by
Wagner Apartments.
Okay.
I mean, Wagner Apartments, anything hospitality, anything enjoyment, anything comfort, just come to Wagner Apartments. You get it like 100%. I promise.
Yeah, see how our aesthetics are so beautiful.
Yeah.
And I know wherever you are sitting, you actually wish that, oh, I wish I could be here. Yes, you can. Only you can make that happen. So back to our conversation.
Yes, very important.
So they not say during Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Let's go to say she want to make better points, but no problem. If you hear the rubbish, she wants to.
So now let's try to tilt these towards something really important. So surrogacy, you had actually said it's the act of another woman carrying another person's baby due to infertility, right? So the major reason why surrogacy actually came to be was because of infertility.
Yeah.
And maybe a woman who doesn't have a womb to carry her baby, or a family that has been trying to give birth over the years and then it's been difficult, and maybe due to cancer issues, health issues, and some other serious health issues, and then these people are not able to carry their baby, but they really want a baby. That's an exception. That is the real purpose why surrogacy.
Oh, you
came
accept
to be.
surrogacy on that
Yes,
level?
on that level.
Okay.
Where my problem is women who say that they do not want to alter their body shape, and because they can afford surrogacy, because right now we are just trying to place a lives based on money, because they can actually afford this particular, I don't know whether I'll call it work, job, anyone that they want to call it, but because they can actually afford it, and then they feel because okay, I have the money, but I need my body to be my body, and then you pay another woman to carry your baby.
So why is that a problem?
It makes no sense to me. Why do you want the baby in the first place if you're not ready to go through such process?
It makes sense.
Casey, help me add your voice to this particular conversation.
I mean, if you don't have what it takes to carry a baby in the first place, you don't have
and
any.
you're perfectly okay.
Yes, you don't have any medical condition that will prevent you from carrying a baby. Then why should you, when you don't have such capability to carry those babies, take care of them, be there for them, why do you think another woman will risk her own life, risk her time, just because you gave her maybe money?
But I really don't necessarily understand the logic here, right? I think someone like Dangote is sitting comfortably in his office while there are people working for him in mines, right? And these people, that doesn't make those guys working in those mines, in those like tedious jobs, like that doesn't make the work illegitimate, and that doesn't make Dangote's action illegitimate. The only thing is that Dangote feels that he does not want to get there, or maybe he's too busy, maybe there's like some sort of like prestige he wants to like protect, or maybe that he doesn't just is above that level, right?
So you want to tell me that a human, a mother who
Yeah.
wants a child
Okay.
is above the level of giving birth to a baby,
Yeah, it's not above the level of
or
giving birth
because
to a
she
baby.
wants to protect her
Yeah, yeah. I
prestige,
think that the thing about being a mother is not necessarily about
giving birth.
giving birth,
I think
right?
that's what you want to talk
Yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's about you being a mother. Like it's about the heart. Like it's not necessarily in the action, right? That is why you have mothers who give birth, carry.
So, do you think, in your own opinion, somebody that is not willing to let her body go through the stress of pregnancy, that can have the time all it takes to take care of a baby?
Now that was where I was going to.
And
You
right?
made
don't even
mention
try
of
to mention
you made
adoption
you made
because
you made
that is on
wait,
a
wait,
I
you
am
made
not
mention of
even
Dangote.
mentioning
You made mention of
adoption.
Dangote and all the examples
Yeah.
you gave. It just liken it to adoption. If you go to adopt a baby, yes, you already paid, that's your money. They give you a baby within a specific period of time. They have to come and check the baby. They have to know the condition, the mental health, and all of that of the parents. So if you don't meet that requirement, they can still take the baby away
So
from
here's
you.
the thing, right? I think that the thing about motherhood and stuff is that, see, a woman, we've had instances where a woman would carry a baby,
Okay.
right, for 9 months.
Okay.
You go remain small, make you even reach 10 months.
Okay.
Give birth to this baby, and this woman is so lackadaisical towards this baby,
Okay.
is not affectionate, does not give this baby time, and all of that, right? You've also had instances where a woman does not necessarily have a baby of her own, maybe works in church or picks up a baby on the road and all of that, and is taking care of that baby. This means one thing, right? Motherhood, or your ability to take care of a child, is not dependent on the fact that you were the one that carried this baby in your womb for for 9 months
so
and
now,
all.
are we
It's
trying
about
to
your
say-
personality.
So are we now trying to say that, okay, because I can actually afford surrogacy,
Yeah.
we now commonize life?
You're not commonizing
Yeah,
life.
because I mean it makes no sense to
Okay,
me. You
yeah.
are perfectly fine.
Yeah.
You can bear this baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then just because you feel like your body is too precious,
Yeah.
and because you can afford it, then you now alter, the main reason why you have a womb of your own.
Why do you have
so
legs?
You're not
Why do you have
to
legs?
walk.
To walk. So now, if you have money to afford a car,
No, that's different.
Oh my God,
That's
how
an
is it different?
object.
It's not an
That's
object.
an object.
Okay, so-
because this is another life that we are talking
exactly.
about.
So now,
And then you know that this surrogate can lose her life. There is money attached. No
for
problem.
this argument to
But
make sense, you need to prove why this surrogacy thing would negatively affect the baby in question, right? The life that is going to be given birth to
okay,
in question.
now, let's
How is
say-
it going to negatively
sure,
affect
for
this baby?
instance, okay, here, for instance, in the Bible, okay, when Sarah had given Haggai to Abraham, that's like a form of surrogacy.
Okay.
So why did God actually insist that Sarah was going to carry her own baby?
I don't know. Maybe the promise thing. I promised the child, like I want the child to be from you and all of that. Yes, that's
Okay.
that's basically it. Yes.
That's basically it.
Yes.
Now, did you see something that actually happened? In as much as Sarah was the one that offered Haggai to Abraham, did you actually see that, okay, this baby is not really my baby,
Okay.
but it's my husband's baby.
Okay.
I cannot really take care of the child because the child is not mine.
All right. So I think I get where you're coming from, right? Where people are like. So I think in this particular instance, you're then going to be delegitimizing things like abortion. If you now say that people are only going to take care of their babies just because those babies are from them, I don't necessarily think people are going to treat babies wrongly because those babies are not from them. Like I said before, the reason why a woman will be able to take care of a baby or may not be able to take care of a baby is based on a personality issue, and not necessarily because she
You
is
I'm
said
not
the
you
even
said
talking
something
about-
about how will the woman personality affect the child.
Yeah.
Actually, when it comes to surrogacy, it has to do with both parents. So if both parents are not, it's not like somebody that is coming from a broken home. It actually affects the child negatively, both in the psychological aspect and how the social aspect, how the child relates with other people. And if your child, they say charity begins at home, and if the child doesn't start well from home, like doesn't have people to direct the child, the right people to direct the child, when the child grows up, it might come
But
out as a
I think
negative
the
effect in the
surrogacy
society.
thing, right? When surrogacy happens, when the child is given birth to, at the point of birth, the woman who paid for the surrogacy to happen takes the child. So it is not the responsibility of that woman to give the child.
It's not just the woman. We are talking about both parents. Both parents must be there for the child.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the
Must
parents are
have all
paid
the
for
things.
it.
But since it's about giving birth, that's why we are mainly focusing on the woman.
Yeah.
So the woman should show that she's capable of taking care of the child. Then if the surrogate mother sees that, oh, you can't take care of my baby, I need to take custody, and with the right, when you have the right reasons to breach the contract, then You can always bring
Okay,
the
now let's
contract.
even see it from this aspect here. So let's see it from this angle. My own basis of argument is the fact that you are perfectly okay. And because you feel you can afford surrogacy, okay, fine. Your baby grows and the baby asks you, mommy, how did I actually come out to be? What were the experiences? I
Who
mean,
asked that
really, of course,
question? Who
of
just
course, I haven't you met like Gen Alpha children.
the
They
truth
are
is
so
that
inquisitive. They really want to know. And then, okay, fine. There is no joy of motherhood. You have no story to tell. You have nothing to actually go out for that. This baby is actually yours. I mean,
Okay.
it makes no sense. Provided that this person is okay.
Okay, here's the thing, right? It's so funny because
Okay.
now you're going to make me look like the bad guy here.
No,
But like
it's
it's
not your
okay.
choice, it's an argument.
It's okay to be
Let's
the
just
bad
try
guy.
to
See,
strike a
I
balance here.
am perfectly okay, right? I don't really think I want to have a baby as a
Why?
woman.
Because you
Maybe because
feel-
of chill. Maybe because of work. There's some like workplaces that don't allow women to like
Okay.
have children, like get
Okay.
pregnant. Like why? Maybe because this
So you're actually trying to choose between your career and having a family, and then you want to eat your cake and have both.
if it's possible to do that, then fine.
Okay, so wait, so which means that at the point at the 9 months of giving birth to this baby, remember that the surrogate mother actually needs emotional support and all of those things. Fine, you paid her off. She's fine. She's okay. She doesn't need your emotional support and all of those things. So wait, at 9 months she gives birth to this baby, right?
Yeah.
And then in your workplace they are scared of the maternity leave, right? And then you now give your, and then the baby is giving birth to, right? Now there is a period, of course, from the point from the hospital, the surrogate mother hands over to the family, right? So you still have to nurture this baby at least for 6 months.
So I think it depends on the contract you
So,
have.
so wait, at 6 months, okay? So which means at 6 months, this baby still has to be with the surrogate mother, or are you going to get a nanny for this?
Now, I think at the initial point of the childbirth, the mother, that's the surrogate mother, has to take care of the baby because of the baby needs milk and all of that, and the attention the baby needs.
Now,
So
are we now okay? Fine. Let's forget about the whole 6 months exclusive breastfeeding. Let's now go with the normal baby milk and all of that. Let's just scrap that part, okay? Because there was a point you
Yeah,
raised
you want to
that
engage me at my
at
best.
your word, yeah,
Yeah.
you said that the baby is giving birth,
Yeah.
and then at the point of delivery, they hand the baby over to the family. Now you're mentioning work. Are you going to leave work and take care of the baby?
All right, so here's the thing, right? Like I said before, it's dependent on what this woman chooses, right? If you think that there's like other alternatives to take care of this baby, maybe what's it called again? Maybe you can get a nanny, maybe you can take the baby to a daycare, or like there's like children or pediatric center, pediatric
A
centers.
1 month, yeah, a
Yeah,
1 month
it
old
works.
baby.
That is why people who like give birth, trigger one in this, give birth, and maybe they die at the point of childbirth. The baby still survives, right? You take the baby maybe
No,
to like,
no, we are not bringing about those people. You are alive.
that's what I'm saying.
You are
Exactly.
okay.
So
You
like,
are healthy.
if those babies can
I
always
know,
survive under
I
certain
know even
circumstances.
women that give birth to their child at some point have to employ a nanny or all.
Exactly, like, this
but
is-
the nanny won't have to be with your baby every now and then.
Exactly.
You
You're
have
not going to
there
be at
for the
work
baby.
every now and then. Now you're going to like maybe
So
come
tell
on-
me about
or
the
maybe,
baby.
or maybe, or
You
maybe
know, tell me about
for
the
most
baby.
of the day, you have at least
you could actually like even
hours
take
to be
permission
at work.
from work.
No, but work
will
doesn't
give you
want
permi-
you to take that
See me,
permission.
you
So if work does not want to take that
That's
permission,
exactly.
then get maybe a nanny. It's depends
For
on
12
it's dependent
hours
on
of
your
a month old baby.
Yeah.
So tell me which nanny will be there for your baby for the whole day.
Like how you would take care of your baby.
Have you been
Oh my
around
God,
baby
oh my God.
before? Have you been around baby
I
before?
have been around.
I
that
don't
age.
think
No
you've
way,
done
we are
around
actually
babies
talking
before.
about there
Babies-
are couples that, for the fact that there are couples that cannot give birth to babies, I understand on that.
I'm not arguing that
But on
too.
the fact that you can give birth to your baby, you know that there are people. I mean, I'm just trying to envisage you are okay. You
Yeah.
can give birth to
Yeah.
your baby, but because you have money,
Yeah.
okay, you want to.
You have not shown me
No,
why
from
this
the
is
culture.
wrong.
Apart
I'm
from
not
the
saying-
cultural and
I'm
the
just trying to-
sentimental and the traditional aspect of the whole thing, like I think we are just trying to copy the Westerners, like the way they do their things, and without actually following it through. So somehow we get to fall back and lose our ways.
Okay.
But I think if you are capable of giving birth to a baby, you should go ahead. If you are not, you should just find a
what
better
if you don't
alternative,
want
but
to?
not just
See,
going for a
if
If
baby.
you don't want to
You
alter
can go
your
for a
body,
grown up.
then you why
can
not
adopt a grown
adopt
up.
a baby.
Maybe okay, yeah.
Adopt
you
a
can
baby.
adopt
But for
a
me, I
grown up.
just feel like if you are fine and you have a womb and you can carry your baby, and then you decide to pay another person, number one is altering the reason why you have that womb. I mean,
Oh my
don't
God.
take it out.
All right, here's this argument, right? Like first of all, two things I want to engage. One is on the adoption thing, right? Most people want to like have people like that are like that have their genes
Okay.
and all of that. So
Okay.
that's strikes of the abortion thing, right? But then secondly, I really think that women should like have things like bodily autonomy, right? Because to the extent where these women didn't, first of all, choose to be born in the first place, didn't choose to be in this world in the first place. Secondly, you didn't choose to be born as a woman. So like,
you actually
chill.
digress
No, I am
here.
not. I'm headed
No,
somewhere,
man.
right? You didn't decide to be born a woman, right? You didn't even decide to have a womb. Then you were born. They didn't make you a man. You were born as a woman, and they're like telling you, okay,
These are things you can't
chill.
even
You
change.
can't
as a
change. Calm
person.
down. But then chill. Then you can't. Then they're telling you, okay, now I didn't even want this, so I already have this body. I already like go through like the menstrual pains for like every month of my life. Like I have all of those female issues at all, and in addition to that, I am going to carry another entity for 9 months in my womb. I'm going to get disfigured. I'm going to like get tired. I'm going to get
Who
weak.
gets disfigured from getting
They
pregnant?
get disfigured, not like this. Oh my god, trigger warning. They don't get disfigured like basically, but you know what I mean. Like you begin to add weight. You now your big nose, big feet, and all.
that's
Calm down.
actually you being selfish.
I'm getting.
Exactly. But I just want him to.
I'm coming, right? I'm still going to engage selfishness. So at that point where you feel like I can't do this, another woman who has the ability and is willing to take up the offer with an adequate pay decides to take it up, and you're like, okay, fine. For instance, the reason why many women employ people to cook for their husbands, not necessarily because it is not good. Like, traditionally, it is okay for women to cook for their husbands. But like, I don't want to cook. Get a cook. So it does not delegitimize it.
How
Right?
can
So
you,
at that
how
instance,
can you,
I don't
how can
necessarily
you
think.
try and compare cooking with having a child?
So-
We are talking about building a nation here.
Yeah.
So how can you
We're
compare
talking
somebody's
about
stomach?
life.
Right.
Somebody's
So that's what I'm
stomach
saying.
can-
So it means if you are not ready to alter
Your body, yes.
you should not have a baby.
No.
Because
That's actually you being
Because
selfish.
it's being selfish. There is no point that you can be able to imagine
It's
such
not about
statements.
being selfish.
No, imagine all
Okay.
this. Wait, it's just like somebody saying, "Okay, I want to be a lawyer,
Yeah.
but I don't want to go through the whole stress
Of-
going to school
No, thing is,
and bagging
motherhood.
the certificate." Okay, somebody else should go to school, get the certificate for me because I can afford it, and then give the certificate to me, and then
Now,
I will practice law.
what I want you to prove basically is how 9 months makes you a mother. See, what
It's
9 months
not about
I'm not
9
talking
months.
about
We are talking
chill,
about
chill.
If 9 months
not
makes
giving
you see the definition of motherhood, right? The fact that you're like motherhood basically like starts at a point where you begin to like take care of a baby, like a breathing baby. At the point where the baby is growing up, you're
If
like,
there's
You
everybody,
are
every
just
woman
a
can be a
pregnant
See what
mother.
I'm
woman.
talking about.
Every woman
See what
can
I'm
be.
It does
talking
not
about.
make you-
Every
Every
woman
woman
can be a
give
parent.
birth to a baby.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
But not every woman
Can be
mother.
a mother.
Right. But let me tell you, you're already selfish in your thinking.
okay, so how is
So
selfishness
which
bad
means,
in
for
this instance?
instance, when you don't want to alter your body, okay?
No one loses
Right.
out.
No,
Who loses
beautiful.
out?
Beautiful. You don't want to alter your body because
The child
you don't.
loses
No,
out.
wait, chill. You don't want to alter your body. So when the baby starts crying
Mm.
and start discomforting you,
Mm.
there is every point that you can sell out the baby.
You can set out the baby. I don't necessarily think
This
that.
baby is discomforting you.
I don't
This
necessarily
baby
think that.
is
Like,
hindering you from
I-
doing
I-
a lot.
I don't know.
of
I
things.
think that.
At the point you have to carry this baby. Let's say that you have a living nanny. At the point you must.
Do you
have
know
to
that?
do
Do you know that?
do you know the reason why-
It's not
why-
mutually. Let me engage this. It's not mutually exclusive because I've seen women who carry babies for 9 months and still sell their babies. It's not mutually exclusive. Like I said at the start of
I'm only
this,
saying, yeah,
that's
we are
actually
just
it's
saying
basically about
yeah, we are just saying about
pregnancy.
this is about humanity, okay?
We are talking
Yes,
about
I
the
might
person
not be
that
able
is
to
that will
tell
be in charge of
somebody-
they will be in
I
charge
might not
of
be
the
able to
child.
tell somebody what to do with their body or what not to do with their body, okay? But one thing is certain, there is reason why we have everything. For instance, I have eyes.
so you can see.
But I feel like my body is too nice for me to open my eyes and see. Stanley, please, I can pay you. See for me.
And if I am willing to
And
take up
then
the
you-
job, I
and
will
then
see
you
for
me,
you, and you
right?
pay me
And
well.
then I will pay you well.
Exactly.
Why do I have the
I'm
eyes?
actually more
I
concerned
mean,
about.
it is your eyes.
I'm more concerned
No, why
about
do I
the child
have
money,
well-being.
see, you have
So
money
we are,
in your
so
bank
we are not
account.
trying to say so exactly to bring my point.
Okay. Yeah.
Stanley is just trying to equate life
They don't come here.
equals money. That is exactly what
Well,
Stanley is
well,
trying to do.
well.
That every life can be bought with money, and
Yeah.
that is legitimate.
No,
I'm not actually
Okay,
concerned
so,
about the
no,
woman.
not
I'm
for
actually
me.
concerned about the child in question.
Because
You're
let's
not
say-
buying the life. You are paying someone to house a life for
Exactly,
you.
to house a life for you. So which means that Stanley is saying that provided you have the money.
Yeah.
It's just like
you
paying
want to
somebody. It's just like
buy
pay,
a life.
it's just
No,
like
you're
paying
not
somebody.
buying
It is
a
the
life.
same thing because you are
You're
paying
not-
the surrogate
Uh-huh.
to house your baby.
To house your
the
baby.
surrogate can actually lose her life in the process
Well,
of
she's
giving
rational
birth
enough to do that, to
baby.
take such decisions.
Yeah, exactly.
Good.
So it is equal
It's just
to
like
life.
I don't know if
I
this
don't-
actually relates,
okay,
but
let's
it's just
take
like
a
paying
case.
somebody to give birth to you, to give birth to a child, so that you can use the child for maybe trafficking or all that. So
Exactly.
name
That's
me
even
that.
another
So
means.
I'm
Okay.
more concerned about the baby's welfare than the woman and all her selfish.
so
So
what-
which means that anybody can pop up a baby.
See, that's if you have the means, actually.
You are talking
let's
about-
assume
you are
that there
talking
is
about-
money,
means,
there
we
is
are
yes.
talking
money.
about.
So
I'm
I
talking
can
about.
I can even call somebody child trafficking.
Yeah.
So which means the entire country is trying to fight against child trafficking,
Yeah.
right? So which means that I can get a surrogate because I can afford it, and then she keeps popping babies.
That
for me.
basically is not a problem with surrogacy. It's a problem with the misuse.
No,
And everything
exactly.
can be
Exactly.
abused.
Exactly.
Everything can be
Because if you are
abused.
endorsing something,
Yeah.
then you should be ready for the mishap that comes with that thing.
See the thing, right?
No, you
Even
cannot
feeding,
just be on
even
the,
as
no,
important
you can't
as
just
feeding
be
is
on the right side.
even
okay?
as important as feeding is, food can be abused. As important as paracetamol.
Good.
Right? So that's what I'm saying.
Everything can be
You
abused.
can't reject a particular
So
concept
if you
because
are
of the tendency of
no,
abuse.
no, the thing is, if you are ready to endorse it, then you should be ready for the abuse part.
So
of it.
do you
we are
believe that food
actually-
can be abused?
No, that is not our point
wait,
of
wait,
view.
It's not like an analogy. It's an analogy.
We am
That is
actually
what
driving
I'm
at.
saying.
We am actually driving at. You just have to prove yourself as the woman that you are capable of taking care of the baby. So
Oh my god.
yes,
I should prove, okay, let's say I'm a woman and I want to
we are not just talking
get a
about
baby.
giving birth to a baby. You are the
I'll
one
be
that will
capable of
take
taking care of
care-
the
taking
baby.
care of
See,
the
now,
baby.
here's the thing, right?
you are the one that will be in charge of the baby
There
for a
are
specific.
few reasons why people do surrogacy, right? Like if I decide that
Now on this
just want somebody to answer your
on
name.
this basis,
Yeah.
let's forget about those people who cannot give birth.
no, I'm not talking about that. People who like have the ability to give birth and they
Exactly.
decide not to, right? If you decide not to give birth, maybe because you don't want to alter your baby, right? The best thing would be
Alter
to
your
just
body.
to just stay without giving birth at all. Don't
Why
have
alter your
children.
body
Do
now?
you understand? Just stay like that without giving birth. But at a point where someone now begins to see a need to have a child,
What's the need?
do you understand?
What's the need?
It could be maybe for emotional support.
Okay.
When you
Right.
don't even have the
Using a
way
child
for
as
yourself.
emotional
How-
support.
Shoot.
You are using child as
Do
emotional
you know
support.
honestly, like
No,
if we check, I don't want to publicly say that I am antinatalist basically, but if we check the reason why people have children, even with the traditional means of like conceiving them and having them for 9 months, they are all selfish reasons.
Yes.
Basically, maybe about them, their names and all of that. So it is not mutually exclusive to an instance where you also want to carry out a selfish reason, right? See, the reason why your parents basically give birth to you is not necessarily because they
That's
care
why-
about you in the
that's
very
why-
first
that's why-
instance. It was because first of all, there was like this human natural desire to like procreate. One, two, because they want someone to carry on their name. Three, because they feel like, oh, I don't want people to like maybe talk about me, like, am I barren and all of that. Most people, they don't even like have any
That's
thought
why
of what.
somehow our generation
Exactly.
is trying to change the narrative. This is old practice.
Huge.
All those selfish regions
Yeah.
are old practice.
Good.
That's why we are trying
I
to
am
change
getting,
the
I'm
narrative.
getting there, right? Now, if we believe that the traditional means, like even people who give birth to children traditionally, are selfish in their thinking and their thoughts, right? Because given the very bad things that are happening, given the very terrible experience that most of our parents have faced, there really even there really shouldn't be any reason why they should give birth again for people to come back and suffer. Right, but they saw all of these things and then they saw the imminent danger and they're like, okay, let's wholeheartedly bring this child to come and suffer all of these things. That aside, people believe that people who give birth even through traditional means can be selfish in like the reason why they give birth, right? It then necessarily means that even if a person decides to like bring a child to this world with a non-conventional means, it doesn't necessarily make that person worse than the other person because both of them have the same selfish intent.
It doesn't make the person any better than the other person.
Exactly.
I'm just about how will you prove yourself of being capable to take care of
That's
the
what I'm
baby?
saying. I was landing there, right? So to an extent where I believe that if I don't want, like, let's say I don't want to alter my body, the very best option or first option would be don't give birth, right? But then to an extent where I said, okay, I want to give birth because of these selfish reasons we already talked about. I want someone to carry my name. I have so much money. I want someone to take it up. Maybe I want some sort of support. I want people. I just want
If you
children
are
around me.
considering that,
Then
you're also being selfish.
exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like selfishness is existing in both worlds. What I'm saying is that if you can't show that.
But we are
Okay,
we are
so
somehow
that is your own
neglecting
point.
the
Chill now.
child here. We are
Chill,
somehow
chill.
No,
So
neglecting
wait.
it.
I've not landed to how your ability to take care of that child. So that means that both of us have the same selfish reasons, right? The same incentive that lady who had the mind to carry the baby for like 9 months to take care of that child because of that. Because the thing about selfishness is that you want to achieve your aim. The aim is that you want a child that will carry your name. You want a child that will give you emotional support. So you will do everything within your power to ensure that that child lives. So the argument on this guy will not be capable to give this person the emotional support and all of that does not necessarily fly. Why? Because you already have a selfish end that has to be met. It is not going to meet that selfish end at any cost.
That's
So
what-
even when you're paying
one
so
of the
much
reasons
money,
why
this is not like
people give
5K, it's not 100K,
One of the
it's
reasons why
millions.
people give birth and give them to adoption agencies and all of that is because they know they are not capable. They don't have the time for the
Exactly.
baby. So since the owner of the baby, the surrogate mother, knows that you are not capable of taking care of the baby, that's why I say they can take the baby back.
No. I really don't agree where you said they can take the baby back.
Why?
Right? Because it could lead to some sort of like reverse exploitation, right? So I'm going to pay you, right, to have my baby,
There are
and then
terms
when
and
one day you
conditions
wake
of-
up,
there are
and
terms
then
and
you now decide to
conditions
like,
of
take
That
care
is
of
contract.
the baby.
So for me, the reasons why we give birth for reproduction is actually continuity of life.
Yeah.
Okay?
Is that a selfish
So
reason?
that is the major reason.
Is that a
why
selfless
it's
reason?
Not, that is just the normal way humans.
But I'm asking,
have
is it
been
selfish or
It's not
selfless?
selfish. Because humans need to continue living.
Oh my God! Why should humanity
Why
continue to
should
exist?
humanity not continue
Because
to exist?
humanity is
You-
terrible, and there's no foreseeable better
no,
future.
then it is that is another argument.
Alright,
So
yes,
yes,
yes.
a country cannot decide.
You are
to
just
take over and
ignoring-
then shut down
saying that you
every
just
existence
ignoring
of
the
life.
idea of
No,
evolution.
wait, chill. So you are saying that it is right for, let's say, somebody or a country to just shut down the existence.
If there is
of
any
life.
way we can end
So which
humanity's
means you are living
existence,
for no
fine.
purpose.
No.
No,
chill,
you're
chill.
actually living for no
Basically,
purpose.
I could
Because
have
if you
a
are
purpose.
endorsing why
Yeah, I
humanity
am
should not
living for
continue
a
to
purpose
exist, then it means
because
you're not living with a
I am
purpose.
living for a purpose because I'm already in this particular space. I want to
So
want another
which
child.
means you can want to just die off at any minute.
Yeah, like I mean, it could. If not,
Yeah,
that it is
you're
going to
actually
hurt other
digressing,
people
you're
around.
actually
No, about
Let's
you.
not even go there.
Then I was
Let's
like,
not even go there.
Exactly.
This particular argument holds no
Exactly.
water because
Oh
we are
God.
on a path, okay? We are saying the reason why we give birth is for continuity
Continuity of life.
And then, hello viewers, Stanley said nobody is allowed
They
to
don't drag me on
exist.
top of my show.
Okay? Nobody is allowed to exist. So please.
That was not what I
That is
said.
what Stanley
That was not what I said.
You guys can go back and listen
I
to
said
exactly what
humanity
no,
can
Stanley,
end.
You have actually said your point. For me, I am saying if you can pay anybody to give birth to a baby, then number one, you have no respect for the reason why you have a womb. You have no respect for
What is the impact of that? What's the pragmatic
wait,
impact of that?
You have no respect, okay? And secondly, it means that we can actually commonize a life.
What is the
Okay?
negative impact
and
of
then
that?
thirdly, Stanley is saying that every human life can be equated to money. So hello viewers,
Oh my
I'm going
God.
to leave you guys to actually give us
Divya,
your
we are
view
not ending
on
this
what
show
you
now.
want on the other side of the
How
story.
can you
Let's
summarize
hear
this
from
show?
you.
How can you summarize this
Let's hear
show?
from you guys and let's hear your view in the comment section. We really want to hear your own point.
Before we end,
Thank you very much. Love you guys.
Now you shoot yourself for leg.
Come on, excuse me.
No!
Everybody.